Good morning. Have you taken your hormones? This is my menopause journey. I can tell you exactly the day I started menopause. I have surgical menopause. So I told you I could tell you exactly, and I'm over here counting. My surgery was April 7th, and today is April 22nd. So, um, 15 days? How many days is that?
I don't know.
Please don't tell me to do math. Um, but anyway, I have my doctor's appointment. And it's not going to be a vaginal exam. I don't get that till the 6 week mark. And that is on the 29th. And that's when I hopefully will get released to go to work. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna push it. I really am not. I mean, I overdid it one day and all I did was stand too much. And but I really feel like I'm a superhuman. I really feel like I'm healing better and quicker than I was supposed to. And part of it is because it was a robotic surgery. And that is supposed to be the best in the world. And my incisions are like, they look like scratches. It's insane. But they are, they still got glue on them. And I take showers every day. Bear took a look at them the other day and because it's four incisions. And there's glue on two of them. Like nothing has come off. So this is like super glue. Super, super, super glue. I need these for nails. And this one over here on the right is starting to peel off. And let me tell you, the itching. Oh my gosh! I just want to scratch them. They itch so bad. And maybe it's the glue separating. Maybe I'm allergic to the glue. I don't know, but I itch so bad. But no oozing, none of that stuff. I had a full hysterectomy, so no ovaries. So I am officially in menopause, and I'm trying to be hyper focused on things that I go through and compare it to other ways I have handled situations. And I have been so emotional. Now, I was actually diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, and I had tics. Now, my tics have not come back, but I have been obsessing. And part of being ADHD and obsessive compulsive disorder is the intrusive thoughts. And those have come in. And it's always morbid. And someone's going to die. It's always death. With me, it's always death. Someone is going to die. And that has gotten worse. Like, I'm, I was frightened of my daughter getting into her car because someone was going to, kidnap her and she was going to go to sex trafficking and she was going to be sex trafficked. I mean, this is the stuff that I think of. And it's exhausting because I remember having my OCD this bad when my children were babies, when my oldest was 5 years old. And it was just constant fear, it's exhausting. On top of the fact I was also a germaphobe back then. So you can imagine when you're a mother and you're breastfeeding and you have all these anxieties and fears and you're a germaphobe and you're constantly wiping everything down, constantly dusting things.
Now she sticks used Cheetos in your mouth.
Yeah, now my granddaughter sticks, used Cheetos in my mouth. She's hilarious. Sometimes she tries to stick her whole fist. Toddlers are the nuttiest people on the planet. She wants to fist bump now. She fist bumps everybody and she does it like it's a sword. Like she puts her little fist out and she scans the room and you go and fist bump her. And then she'll just like play with me. She would try to tickle my face very roughly, but it was cute. And then she just wanted to stick her fist in my mouth. Anyway, morbid thoughts. OCD is at an all-time high. And I have been crying for whatever reason for 4 days straight. Things that I'm that if we were sitting down we're having coffee together, and if I told you the things I was crying about, you'd probably think, well, I could see why you would cry. So I'm not being erratic. I'm not watching, a cereal commercial and bursting into tears.
That's tomorrow.
But I am watching, hearing, excuse me, sad things, disturbing things, complicated things, and I'm not handling them very well. Just sobbing, crying. I will turn anything into a sob fest. I had my pregnant daughter crying. She's got wackadoo hormones, and I have no hormones. The look on my ex-husband's face, because I made a comment like that. We were all together for Easter, and so I turned to her and I said, "You have too many hormones, and I have none." And he said, "Well, you have some. Don't forget, you have some. As long as you have your ovaries." And I guess he didn't know. And I said, "I don't have ovaries. That they took them out."
They fell out.
His face, he went, "Oh," like, "Oh, poor bear," because I was with her during her,
He's like, so glad we got divorced when we did.
yeah, her crazy baby hormones, and now she has none. Oh God, his look was funny. But I called my doctor yesterday. Well, I spoke to the nurse, and his practice does pellets. Now, I've heard horror stories from pellets, but then I've also heard great things about pellets. So I like to trust strangers off the internet. So please tell me I'm not kidding. Tell me your experience with pellets, please. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming they're pellets, and they put them under your skin. And what is it when they disappear? I didn't want to know. Also, anybody out there on Winona, because you know how our phones are. I've been texting and posting about menopause, and guess who's hearing me? What is the name? They call them something. Bioidentical hormones, right? Or bioidentical hormones. And so all these ads are coming out. I mean, one of the big ones is Winona. And she'd never heard of it.
It comes with shoplifting.
That's a weird thing to say. She's rebuilt her life. You're not allowed to touch my girl.
It's fun.
No, don't touch my girl.
It was a fun comment.
No, no fun. No fun.
I thought it was fun.
It's actually kind of a Republican joke.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Well, I'm a former Republican, so I guess it kind of fits.
So, um, but their clinic does pellets, and she named off the brands that they use, and I didn't listen because I want estrogen in an old fashioned pill, and so she said let's start low, and then we could build up. And I said okay, because I'm super cautious, so I'm not going to start middle of the road. I don't know what too much estrogen could do. I don't know the side effects of what would happen if you had too much estrogen. But I don't need progesterone. I don't have ovaries. Um, and I have what I would think mild symptoms. I don't have the V dryness. And I'm only saying that so that there could be some people, some younger minors who don't know what the hell that I'm saying. They won't be disgusted. I don't talk in code when it comes to body parts. But anyway, oh, that I missed, baby. Sorry. I always miss. I throw things in the trash can, they never make it. And I sleep very well. I'm sleeping so well at night. And if I have difficulty sleeping, you know what I do? I take a Tylenol. I don't take sleeping aids. I just take a Tylenol because when I can't sleep, I think it's because there's some inflammation or pain in my body that I'm so used to that it doesn't bother me. And I don't know about it until I can't sleep. I think I have, and Bear's gonna laugh, and I'm gonna explain why he's laughing. I have an extremely high tolerance for pain. And there he goes. I and I
Crack was
I
good.
don't want to I don't want to gross anybody out. But I don't like minor inconveniences
Like husbands.
like pimples. I don't handle them. Look what I did to my nose. I almost ripped off my nose because there was a teeny tiny pimple. Little things like that. That's it. I don't like stuff like that. They hurt, and I don't want anybody messing with me. And but childbirth didn't hurt me. And I only took pain meds that first night after the hysterectomy. What I felt was discomfort. And I wouldn't ever use the word pain. And I was always taught, I mean, ever since, we've been waiting for months for this surgery. So when I read about it, things to buy, things to do, blah, 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 everyone said, everything said, you might feel amazing. Don't push it. I think my body had a memory of post delivery because basically I delivered my uterus. The robot snipped it off of my body and then they pulled it out. My body knows how to do that. My body did that 4 times. And so my body felt like I just delivered a baby. And my instincts from 20 years ago kicked in. I knew not what to do. I knew how to walk. I knew how to sit down because I did this before. And I knew not to push. The only thing is you're allowed to carry an 8-pound baby. You're not allowed to carry a 1-pound anything after a hysterectomy. So I have not, I like this dining table that I have in front of me. I like to pull it up to me, okay? And today was the first time I ever pulled it up to me. and I don't feel any pain because of that. But I I don't mess with recovery. Hell no. I don't want to be back in the last night I dreamt that uh there was blood all over the bed. I had a dream about blood and it freaked me out. I think that's why I woke up and then I went back to sleep. But I just don't mess. I'm not going to mess with recovery. And so I feel great. Like I want to go back to work. When I went to go get these nails done, see, I have not practiced sitting like a normal human being. When I get uncomfortable and my hips start hurting, I go lay down. So I'm a little worried because when I went to go with my daughter, she wanted to treat me for nails. Like, just to treat my mama, get her some Easter nails. And then I flipped the script on her because I was at the cash register first. She wouldn't let me get her a birthday gift. She knows we are going to be tight with money. And, but it's a dignity. I'm not going to lecture my kids on dignity because they come from love. But I need to feel like a mom. I need to feel like I've given my daughter a birthday gift. And so I said, this is on me. And then she said, Mom. But sitting that long in the manicurist chair, and then my daughter convinced me to get, because remember, originally she was going to pay for it, a paraffin wax pedicure, which was nice, but it wasn't worth that money. I'll never get a pedicure again. I love nails, but I do my nails. Y'all know I do my own nails. But I was in pain and I overdid it. And that recline, you know how the pedicure chairs are supposed to be comfortable and wonderful and they massage you? I was in pain and I knew I was going to suffer. I think I need to walk a little bit more, use my muscles. So they had to help me get out of the pedicure tub, whatever the hell it is. And I was hurting. As soon as I got to the house, I laid down. And that was Friday. Good Friday. No, it wasn't Good Friday. It was before Good Friday, right?
Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, it was Wednesday before Easter. So I haven't practiced, but I think at work my plan will be if my hips start hurting me, I'm going to take Tylenol. That's number one. And then just, stretch and walk around. I mean, it's my hips. I don't know why, but they hurt like crazy. And, but I am going to have joint pain in menopause. I am going to have more inflammation, more sleepless nights, more irritability. So they got me on a low dose of estrogen, and Bear's going to go pick it up. And then we're going to try to walk because it's just gorgeous. See how pretty it is? So we're going to try to walk. I mean, it is beautiful. Easter Sunday morning, we woke up to cannon sounding thunder. Oh, it was gorgeous. Boom, boom. And then it hailed for about 4 hours. And then in the afternoon, it was beautiful. So, y'all take care. I'm going to take care. I'm doing good. I'm feeling strong. Let me know what pellets, like, have you done pellets? Have you heard of them? What was your experience? I've only heard one person tell me their positive experience. And it might be unnecessary. Like, what would be the difference between doing pellets and just taking an estrogen pill? So So I guess it would be for people who aren't good at taking pills. Um, but just let me know your experience. And has anybody been on Winona? It is a bioidentical, bioidentical hormone. And I'm told they're really good. But do they give you the same benefits as estrogen pills, as estrogen, pharmaceutical estrogen? Because I'm told that when you get estrogen, before 60, you've increased your chances of preventing cancers. If you start estrogen at 60 and later, you're actually increasing your chances of getting cancer. And that is a very reliable study, and it seems like everybody agrees on this. So, what they don't tell us, or what I haven't found, is estrogen. Okay, well, obviously it's not going to be natural estrogen. So, what are you talking about? Chemical estrogen? Bioidentical estrogen? Is that what you're talking about? So, yeah, I'd like to know if I if these bioidentical hormones will have the same benefits as apparently pharmaceutical estrogen, which helps prevent cancers. Okay. Bear has lost so much weight, and I finally got. I've had a major surgery, and I plan to get my energy back. That energy I had in my 40s, that I talk about and I dream about. I want that energy. Y'all should have seen me in my 40s. I was like Reba. What's that song? Reba's song. I'm a survivor. Where she works
I don't know.
2 jobs and raises. She's a single
I
mom,
was never really a Reba
works 2
fan.
jobs. Because I was a single mom and I worked a job and I was a full-time student and wrote papers and raised 4 teenagers and cooked meals
All the
and
things.
all the things. Because I'm a survivor. But I want that energy. I want that energy. I want that fire I had. So anyway, here's to estrogen and here's to menopause. And I want to be around for a long time. My girls want to populate the world like I did because
Well,
I
you never
just
know.
I just had one little granddaughter who's just the most beautiful, peculiar, fascinating princess baby girl. And I love her so much. And we were just happy with her. And then her mama gets pregnant again, and her aunt got pregnant. So we're gonna have 3 grandbabies for our Christmas. Our Christmas dinner. We're gonna have 3 babies.
We only asked for one.
Apparently, grandparents don't have a say in how many grandkids they can have. Okay, y'all have a great one. And those of you who just got out of surgery, take it easy. You're gonna feel like you can move the world. Don't. Don't. You'll end up in the hospital. And that was my biggest fear. So I have not lifted much. I've experimented lifting a light purse. I could handle that. But please don't lift. Don't lift. Don't do anything you don't need to be doing. And do not cut short your medical leave. Your body needs this. Your body, at least my body, and I know anybody who's getting a hysterectomy, your body has gone through hell with all the bleeding and the pain and the cramping and I mean, it is no fun. I think people think the worst thing that ever happened to me was getting blood transfusions. No, the hemorrhaging and the cramping was the worst thing that happened to me. And so your body needs this rest. Your body does. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to have $0 on my June 15th check. No, my May. Is it my May 15th check that's going to be
$0.
$0? May 15th check is going to be $0. So if you want to donate, please help. I don't know what we're going to do. So yeah, we have a GoFundMe, and we have Venmo. Yeah. But I need the rest, and what can I do? It was never going to be paid anyway, so yeah, medical leave is never paid medical leave. But y'all take care, and have a great Tuesday.